I've been waiting all morning to say, where'd you go? Come back. I've been waiting all morning to see you guys and sing and try to get Hannah to dance. And it's just not been working very well. So hopefully you can have some energy and get your family to dance this morning too, right? Exercise. Okay, this is a song. It's been around a long time now, but it's a really good one for Easter. It reminds us who Jesus is and what Jesus has done for us, and it's got some good actions to it, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we're gonna sing it really loud a couple times, and you guys can sing it with us, right?
Should we go over the actions?
Okay, go over the actions. Or under them, if whichever you prefer.
Okay, so it goes, you came from heaven to earth, to show the way from the earth to the cross. See, there's a cross. My debt to pay, like you got money in your hands. From the cross to the grave, so we're going in the ground. From the grave to the sky, Lord, I lift your name on high.
Woo!
All right.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
Lord, I lift your name on high. Lord, I love to sing your praises. I'm so glad you're in my life. I'm so glad you came to save us. You came from heaven to earth to show the way from the earth to the cross. My debt to pay from the cross to the grave, from the grave to the sky. Lord, I lift your name on high. Lord, I lift your name on high. Lord, I love to sing your praises. I'm so glad you're in my life. I'm so glad you came to save us. You came from heaven to earth to show the way from the earth to the cross. My debt to pay from the cross to the grave, from the grave to the sky. Lord, I lift your name on high. Let's do the chorus one more time. You came from heaven to earth to show the way from the earth to the cross. My debt to pay from the cross to the grave, from the grave to the sky. Lord, I lift your name on high. Woo! Good job. That's a good song, isn't it? Okay.
Start on Monday morning.
That is a way to start a Monday morning. You guys needed a little more energy this morning. Hope
Or more coffee.
Or more. Did I have coffee? I had a cappuccino this morning. I guess I had a little bit. Okay. It is Easter week. Did you guys know that? It is a special, what we call Holy Week. And yesterday we celebrated Palm Sunday. Hopefully all of you had palm branches out, or you made palm branches and you're able to wave them. And if you didn't, you can still make some today, and you can put them around. You can decorate your door or wave them to your parents or to say hi, because that was Palm Sunday and that starts Holy Week. And this week, it's a special week of remembering all of what Jesus did during this Passover celebration in Jerusalem. And we're going to talk a little bit more about it this week. There's the Maundy, Thursday, what would have been the Passover meal, and the Good Friday, which was Jesus actually going to the cross and dying. And then Sunday again, Easter, is when we'll talk about Jesus rising up from the grave and that special resurrection Sunday, which is Easter. But today I've got a book by Max Lucado, The Children of the King, the name of this book. And you that there's a bunch of kids that are kind of jumping and having fun on here. So that is what we're going to read today. The Children of the King by Max Lucado. A long time ago, in a land much like your own, there was a village. And in this village lived 5 orphans, a lonely family of fatherless children. They had banded together against the cold. One day a king learned of their misfortune and decreed that he would be their father and planned to come for them. Wow, that's pretty exciting news for these orphans, isn't it? That a king would actually claim those orphans, huh? All of the people in the land thought it odd that the king should adopt these children. He already had many people to care for. Why does the king want them? The people would ask. But the king had his reasons. There's the kids, and everyone's wondering why the king wanted to adopt them. When the children learned that they had a new father, and their father was the king, no less, and the king was coming to visit, wild with excitement. Look how happy they are. They're so happy that the king is going to be their father. When the people of the village learned that the children had a father, and the father was their king, and that the king was coming to the village, they were terribly excited as well. They went out to see the children and told them what to do. You need to impress the king, they explained. Only those with great gifts to give will be allowed to live in the castle. The people didn't know the king. They just assumed that all kings want to be impressed. Uh-oh. I wonder how they're going to find gifts to give. So the children worked long and hard, preparing their offerings. One boy who knew how to carve determined to give the king a wonderful work of wooden art. He set his knife against the soft skin of the elm and whittled. Small blocks of wood came alive with the eyes of a sparrow or the nose of a unicorn. Wow, he was carving some beautiful things. His sister decided to present the king with the beauty of the heavens, a painting worthy of hanging in his castle. Wow, she's painting? Another sister chose music as her way to impress the king. For long hours she practiced with her voice and mandolin. Village people would stop at her window and listen as her music took wings and soared. Yet another child set out to turn the king's head with his wisdom. Late hours would find his candle lit and his books open. Geography, mathematics, chemistry. The breadth of his study was matched only by the depth of his desire. Surely a sage, such as the king would appreciate all his hard work. But there was one little girl who had nothing to offer. Her hand was clumsy with the knife. Her fingers were stiff with the brush. She opened her mouth to sing, but the sound was hoarse. She was too dull to read. She had no talent. She had no gift. All she had to offer was her heart, for her heart was good. She spent her time at the city gates, watching the people come and go. She would make pennies by grooming their horses or feeding the animals. A stable girl she was, a stable girl with no stable. But she had a good heart. See her right there? Taking care of the horses? She knew the beggars by name. She took time to pet each dog. She welcomed home the travelers and greeted the strangers. How was the journey? She would ask. Tell me what you learned on your visit. How is your husband? Do you enjoy your new work? She was full of questions for people because her heart was big and she cared about people. But since she had no talent and no gift, she grew anxious that the king would be angry. The villagers told her that the king would want a gift, and that she should set her mind about the task of making one. So she took a small knife and went to her brother the carver. "Could you teach me to carve?" she asked. "Sorry," the young crafter responded without looking up. "I've much work to do. I haven't time for you. The king is coming, you know." The girl put away her knife and picked up a brush. She went to her sister, the artist. She found her on a hill, painting a sunset on a canvas. "You paint so well," said the girl, who had no gift but a big heart. "I know," the painter answered. "Could you share with me your gift?" "Not now," the sister responded, with eyes on her palette. "The king is coming, you know." The girl with no gift then remembered her other sister, the one with the song. "She will help me," she said. But when she arrived at her sister's house, she found a crowd of people waiting to listen to her sisters sing. "Sister," she called, "Sister, I've come to listen and learn." But her sister couldn't hear. The noise of the applause was too loud. Heart heavy, the girl turned and walked away. Then she remembered her other brother. She took a book with small words and big letters and went to see him. "I have nothing to offer the king," she said. "Could you teach me to read so I might show him my wisdom?" The young sage-to-be didn't speak. He was lost in thought. The child with no gift spoke again. "Could you help me? I have no talent." "Go away," said the scholar, scarcely moving his eyes from the text. "Can't you see I'm preparing myself for the coming of the king?" So the girl went away sorrowful. She had nothing to give. She returned to her place at the city gates and took up caring for people's animals. After some days, a man in merchant dress came to the small town. "Can you feed my donkey?" he asked the girl. The orphan jumped to her feet and looked into the brown face of the one who had traveled far. His skin was leathery from the sun, and his eyes were deep. A kind smile from beneath the beard warmed the girl. "Looks like that's him. And there's the little girl." "Oh, that I can," the girl answered, and eagerly took the animal to the trough. "Trust him with me. When you return, he will be groomed and fed." "Tell me," she asked as the donkey drank, "have you come to stay?" "For only a while." "Are you weary from your journey?" "Oh, that I am." "Would you like to sit and rest?" The girl motioned to a bench near the wall. Oh, she's being so kind to him, isn't she? The tall man with dark skin sat on the bench, leaned against the wall, closed his eyes, and slept. After a few minutes, he opened them and found the girl sitting at his feet, looking at his face. She was embarrassed that he had caught her staring, and she turned away. "Have you sat there long?" "Oh, yes." "What do you seek?" "Nothing. You seem to be a kind man with a peaceful heart. It's good to be near you." The man smiled and stroked his beard. "You're a wise girl," he said. "When I return, we will visit more." Okay, where do you think he's going to go? The man did return, quite soon. "Did you find who you sought?" the girl asked. "I found them, but they were too busy for me." "Well, what do you mean?" she said. "Those I came to see were too busy to see me." One was a woodsmith rushing to complete the project. He told me to return tomorrow. Another was an artist. I saw her sitting on a hillside, but the people below said she did not want to be disturbed. The other was a musician. I sat with the others and listened to her music. When I asked to talk with her, she said she had no time. The other I sought had left. He has moved to the city to go to school. Who do you think he was looking for? The girl's eyes widened. But you don't look like a king. I try not to, he explained. Being a king can be lonely. People act strangely around me. They ask for favors. They try to impress me. They bring me all their complaints. But isn't that what a king is for? Asked the girl. Well, certainly, responded the king. But there are times when I just want to be with my people. There are times when I want to talk to my people, to hear about their day, to laugh a bit, to cry some. There are times when I just want to be their father. Is that why you adopted the children? That's why. Children to talk. Children like to talk. Adults think they have to impress me. Children don't. They just want to talk to me. But my brothers and sisters were too busy? They were. But I'll come back. Maybe. Maybe they'll have more time another day. Would you like to ride my donkey to the castle? And so it happened that the children with many talents but no time missed the visit of the king, while the girl whose only gift was her time to talk became his child. Look, she went with the king. He was the king the whole time, and they went off to his castle. Isn't that a beautiful story? You know, sometimes, well, almost all the time, God is like this king. He just wants time with us. We just need to have time to spend to talk to God, to listen, to be a friend, to be a child. And that's more important than being busy or finding things to do or trying to impress God. We just need to take time to love God. So today, remember, just like the title of the book, that you are a child of the King. You're a child of God, and God loves you. But all God really wants is just time to spend with you. So today, I hope you'll take a little bit of time with God. Take a little bit of time to pray. Take a little bit of time just to listen. And by the way, praying is really just talking to God. Telling God what you're feeling, what you're thinking, if you're happy or if you're sad. So I encourage you to take time to talk to all, and we will see you tomorrow at 10:30. We're going to have fun again, hopefully dancing in front of the screen. All right.